You left Jamaica for your daughter. What was happening that made this feel like something that you needed to do?
When she was born, we realized that something was wrong. She was a typical child. We get recommendation to get some assessment, but assessment in Jamaica takes forever. We decided we're going to come to Canada.
So Demar went to school first and then you were in school. What was that life like as a student mom?
Getting up in the morning, going to work from 8 to 3:30, pick up my daughter, have class, then try to be a wife after.
What do people misunderstand, do you think, about moves like this? Or what did you misunderstand about it? What caught you off guard?
Everything was a shocker. Immigration is always changing. If you don't jump at the chance right now, later down, you might not even see that chance again.
What do you wish you knew before jumping into this swimming pool that is Canadian immigration?
I wish I knew that the feeling of anxiety.
Has it been worth it? When your children need more than your environment can offer, how far will you go and what will it cost? In today's episode, we're going to hear from two immigrant mothers about parenting neurodivergent children after immigration. First, we'll hear from Natasha Anderson of MJ Squared, and then we're going to hear from an immigrant mom who shared her story anonymously. Two different families, two different mothers, same question. What does it take to move for your child's future while rebuilding your whole life at the same time? This is Momversations, as told by Canadian immigrants. Natasha, I'm excited to have this conversation with you, this Momversation with you. Welcome.
Thank you for having me in your program.
You know, there a lot of us are leaving for children, but you had an extra special need, and why this was extremely, extremely important for you. So if you don't mind sharing a little bit about your daughter and what was happening that made this feel like something that you needed to do.
So I have an 8-year-old. Her name is Malika Jade, and she's the reason for everything, basically. She was born in Jamaica. We weren't sure. We didn't get a diagnosis of what she had. So when she was born, we realized that something was wrong. She was a typical child. So we decided that let's seek out some information on what's happening. We get recommendation to get some assessment, but assessment in Jamaica takes forever. And yeah, it takes forever. So we were like, okay, let's see how we can speed this up. And it wasn't working in Jamaica. We done a few tests, and they didn't come up with a diagnosis as yet. So when we decided in 2019 that we're going to come to Canada because I have family here and they're like, okay, they have good health care here and they first world country and they will be able to assist. So like, okay, let's make that decision. Let's move. And then we moved in 2019 when she was 2.5 years old. Being in Canada for the first half of the year, like first part, it was difficult raising her because we're temporary residents, so not much, we'll say much assistance was given. There's just a few from the else. Yeah, it wasn't much. That she needed a lot because she's autistic and globally delayed. So she has not meet her milestones of a typical child.
Okay.
None of her milestones. And she didn't start walking until she was like, say, 2.5 or 3 years old, close to 3 years old. So the journey of having her and coming to Canada was one of the most difficult time of her lives.
Yeah, I can imagine. And I guess when you are coming, you know that there is opportunity, you know there's potential. You don't know to what extent. So you're somewhat coming in blind and you don't know at that point the difference between support between a permanent resident and a temporary resident. Did you have to find that out on the spot?
On the spot. So when we got here, we realized we got a family doctor, which was awesome because you know how getting a family doctor was.
I know, but back in the day, it was a lot more achievable, I feel.
Yes, But yeah, we got a family doctor, and then he started to make us some small recommendations because of our status here. We were able to get into the Alberta Health Services. They have a program for small kids, like dietitians and physio and occupational health. So we're able to access that. But she needed more in-depth support, but we could
Yeah.
not get it because we were temporary residents. So
Okay.
we had to wait a long
Mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just recently, like last year, she was accepted into the FSCD program. So because we were temporary for so long, and then we get permanent residence, and after we get permanent residence, we had to wait almost 3 years because of the long wait list for her to be on that program,
Ah.
for her to get these services that she needs. So it's been a journey.
As we talk about children who may require special needs, I want to pause for a moment to raise awareness about two types of accounts that people may be missing out on. That's Registered Education Savings Plan and Registered Disability Savings Plan. Less than half of the people who are eligible for these types of accounts actually use them because of lack of understanding. Both these accounts can be advantageous to your children, you, and your family for the future needs of children with special needs and also children who are going through the education system when they get to college. We spoke about this in episode 2 of the Conversations, but I want to help you and your family figure out if this is something that will work for you. You can book a financial clarity call with me or a member on my team by clicking the link in the description below and or scanning the QR code on screen. Whether you'd like to explore registered disability savings plans or registered education savings plans or some other family financial planning tool, do we want to increase that number for 100% of people who are eligible for these accounts to use them to their advantage and capitalize on the money that is sitting down waiting for you. Book a financial clarity call today. Now let's continue the conversation. Like one of the overall themes of this series is it takes a village. We know that it takes a village to raise children, but then we packed our bags, we left the country, we left the village. Are you anywhere
Mhm.
near your family where you guys are?
So when we got here in 2019, we stayed with my sister that's here
Okay,
in
that was
Grand
helpful.
Prairie. That was
Yeah.
helpful for when we were landing, but we had to leave, um, yeah, the environment a bit. So we had to venture out on our own. We
Okay.
were basically on our own we're on our own. We had to discover Canada on our own, the system on our own, everything on our own. So the village wasn't there.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, the village was not there. So we had to be each other village
I
in
know.
keeping each other sane. In everything that we do is just both of us. We had to take on this journey on our own. And along the way, we made friends, Canadians, Jamaicans along the way that give us encouraging words but that's it.
Interesting. And okay, so when you guys came, so that you guys are not, and this is why this I feel this conversation is so much more important, right? And it's not to dismiss, like every mom, we have our struggles. We have our own mom struggles. This morning, my daughter decided to have a meltdown because she wanted to bring something to church that I said no. So that's
No.
motherhood. But then we lay on now, right? The the being an immigrant, the leaving the village behind. You come to Canada as a student. So one of you are studying, right?
Mm-hmm.
While you're momming. So Demar studied
Got it.
first.
Yes.
So he was
So
international student. You were on the work permit, and you guys are
I was
tag
on the work
teaming.
for
How does that
tag team.
work now when you have a child at
Mm.
home with special needs?
So, uh, luckily, they have a PUF program for
Okay.
kids with special needs. Like, for instance, they introduce them to school
Okay.
before before kindergarten age. They introduce them to school, so they set in going to that environment for like a few hours for the day. So
Okay.
that was helpful. So
Okay.
she got introduced to that. So while she was there, I'm at work. Damar is at school. So it's that, as you say, it's a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
So he would we had to get a babysitter at one point.
Mm-hmm.
So drop her off at school. Drop her off at her school. He goes to school. I go to work, and he will left between his class to pick her up. and take her to the daycare and back and forth while I'm at work. We leave work, I leave work, because at that point I had to have 3 jobs
Okay.
and being a mom.
Yes.
It was, I'm telling you, the first few 3 years of being here is one of the most difficult years of my life. I
Yes.
had to be working at that first few months. I worked
Mm,
3 jobs, and being a mom and being a wife, and it was, oh my god. So it was, we had to be tag team in it, and we
yeah.
just know that we were doing this because of her. We wanted a better life for her, and so that she can maximize the full potential of herself, just being the best version of herself. So we had to support. So whatever it is that we could have done, we did it in that moment. So we
Yeah.
had to tag team. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Well, you made it. High five. Right. What do people misunderstand, do you think, about moves like this? Or what did you misunderstand about it? What caught you off guard?
So when you're in Jamaica and the picture that is painted, like, okay, you come here and life is going to be so smooth and it's going to be life changing and everything is going to be so good. But when you get here and realize this is a totally different system, because in Jamaica we are laid back and everything is like different. It's different when you get here.
Yeah.
It's that they're structured. Canada
Yeah.
is like it's like structured in every sense of the way. And when you get here and you realize that everything run on credit and everything was a shocker.
Yeah.
It's like you're stepping from your world into a different world.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't understand, say, hard work is what gets you results here. You cannot just sit back and expect it to come, because nobody's gonna give you nothing. And I always hear that, but when you hear, you go through it and realize that nobody's gonna hand you nothing. You have
Mm-hmm.
to work hard for it. And
Mm-hmm.
especially immigration, if you don't jump at immigration is always changing. If you don't jump at the chance right now, later down you might not even see that chance again. So
I know.
jump at it.
I
It
know.
is
I know. I
always
know.
changing,
Yep.
always changing. So yeah, those are things.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And I love that you brought up that point that it's always changing, because I mean, I talk to people sometimes and they're like, I don't know if I want it. You know, if I get it, then sure, I'll just apply for it by the end of the year. And I'm like, you know,
Next next 5 minutes you might get something being already announced that it's changed. The next
yep,
minute. So always changing.
yes, yes. And I guess that's part of the trade off, is the knowingness that maybe now is the only opportunity that you have, even though
No.
you don't feel fully prepared. You kind of just have to
Yeah.
jump in. And you guys jumped in, right? She was two and a
It's
half, so she was little
I'm telling you,
still.
everything arranged at this. We got married in 2019, January. At that point, we did not have the plans to move to Canada. It's
Okay.
like a couple months down the line, we were like, this is it. We need to do it right away. And in March, I think in March, I applied for school first. That most person think it was Damar. Yes, I applied for school first to come, because Damar was not foreign minded, not. But I have family here and always wanted to, what to foreign.
Yes,
And
yes,
come,
all of
yes,
us.
yes, yeah. So that was what was like ticking at me, like, let me apply. But I did not get into school because I didn't have math
Mm,
for the program. I'm like, okay, the more you have it, you apply. And then he applied, and then by the time he applied and everything, we everything was just flowing at the right time. We
mm-hmm,
applied, he got in. Didn't have the money. It was
mm,
difficult. So we had to be like selling our furniture, doing fish fries. Um, he had to basically doing some odd jobs like doing driving school. Them are driving school, teaching people to drive to get extra money. So that's how most of our money come about. Um, People helping us here and there, and everything flowed, and we ended up. He got through his study permit. He applied for mine. Mine was delayed, but he everything just flowed. We just move at the right time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And I like that you said that because though it was difficult, it's in hindsight, it kind of just everything happened when it needed to happen.
needed to be
Um,
happening.
yeah. And so now that your daughter has more support through the fact that you guys are now permanent residents. Wait, we have citizenship yet?
No, no, we should. We keep on delaying it.
Hello.
It's the thing.
No.
I know the concept of being like they're always changing, but the thing is, we don't do this year. It's that we were so exhausted from
Yeah, I know.
everything being a temporary residence. We just needed to take a breather. So it
That's
was
fair.
just like we just let just rest.
Let's just breathe for a little bit.
Rest-
That's fair.
Yes, that's
You know
good.
what?
So
Yeah, that's fair. Because it is exhausting. It is
it
exhausting.
is.
Yeah, it
It is.
is. Now, for so now that you're permanent residents and she has access to more support, are what's that like? But also, how about the parents? Is there support for you as a parent of a special need child? Because I
All
feel
right.
like we need support. you know?
So what's that like?
Yeah.
So now she's a part of the program, FSCD program. She has physio and speech
Okay.
regularly.
Okay.
Um, and OT regularly. She has those support on a regular basis. Schedule each week, so which we're happy for. She never used to get it, so we're happy for those things. And these uh are helping her to improve daily, so
Yeah.
which we're happy. She's 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 coming along in that way. In terms of support for the parents, hmm, you have where you can go to counseling. Like they have that program provide a little, you know, where you can go to a counselor and talk about it, but not necessarily want to talk to a counselor every time. You want an environment that caters to you as a
Gets it.
parent,
Yeah.
that gets it. So that's why we created MJ Squared, or I'm a co-founder of that
Yes.
company. So we are creating a space for parents and caregivers of neurodivergent kids. So we're
Yeah.
trying to put all the resources on one platform. So it makes it easier for parents to cope with whatever diagnosis their child gets.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we're doing workshops. We're it's in the pipeline to do workshops. We do events for our kids as well. So it's trying to create an environment for parents, make it easier knowing that they're not the only one going through what they're going through, because
Yeah.
it feels isolated. You're isolated when you have a kid that is neurodivergent. You're
Yeah.
isolated. It's nice when you have persons that
Who
understands
get
what
it?
you're going through.
Yeah.
Yes, and you even though your friends want to be there for you,
Yeah.
they don't understand,
They don't. They
and they
don't.
will never
Yeah.
understand. You will never understand. I'm sorry, but they will never understand. When I talk to my friends that have kids like that, and I can say I did not sleep, they
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm talking about. Then I can say like I have been depressed for this period of time. They said not, I'm going through the same thing, and we can
Yeah.
talk about it.
I
They
know. Yeah.
understand. So we are trying to create an environment or a space for parents who gets it. So yeah.
That was perfect, right? Because like when I this is me thinking out loud, like because I'm you know me, I'm big on community and like my whole platform exists because this immigrant journey is isolating. Now you have immigrant, mom, special needs kid. It can be so much more isolating too
Mm,
because you need
it
your
is.
people, you need a tribe, you
Yes.
need community, you need your own village, the village that gets it, right? And I try to
Yes.
and I agree with you that people won't get it. Even people who I don't have
I
kids.
get
My
it.
sister tries to support me and tell me how to parent my child. I'm like,
She
girl,
doesn't
you
get
don't get
it.
it.
She's not get it.
you don't.
Well,
One day
yeah,
you will, you don't, right?
get
So,
it.
yes. Well, that is so beautiful that you guys have done that and have created the space for, I guess, resources, but also community parents. And I guess it's not necessarily just local because you're over there in Alberta, right?
Yeah.
Grand Prairie, Alberta. Although
Yes.
Demar did post something to make it look like when I was leaving Grand Prairie. one time. But
Eventually, I think maybe we'll have to, but I'm not sure. Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
maybe. You know,
okay, okay. So
it's
right
not,
now,
it's not,
though,
right now we're here and we are going to launch this app out of Grand Prairie because this is where we live and this is where we know so far. So eventually we'll go into other communities, but for right
yes,
now we're doing everything here in Grand Prairie.
got it.
Eventually, eventually it's gonna go global. But we
Yes,
know that's where it's gonna go. But right now it's Grand Prairie.
right. Okay. But for parents who may be watching this who may not be in Alberta, for example,
Mhm.
right? I mean, I'm thinking of a family over there in Nova Scotia. Is there an opportunity to plug in virtually to anything?
Not yet.
Not
So
yet.
we
That's
are
okay. Phase
working
two.
on, yeah, we're working on all of that. But
Yeah.
it's in the pipeline. We're working
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think that for people can take comfort. I mean, maybe just even in this conversation, that here's a friend, however close or far, just the
Hmm.
knowingness, like oh she gets it, and if follow you guys on YouTube and on Instagram and all the social media platforms at the Andersons,
Yeah.
Diandersons. It'll come up on screen, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The Andersons family, right?
Andersons, the originals, Andersons. Yeah, I
It will
think
come
so.
up on
That's
screen.
come up
And it
on
will be
screen.
linked below, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then of course follow along with MJ Squared. I think you guys are on LinkedIn
LinkedIn
to
as well.
see
Yeah.
what's going on there, but also here's community, here's some people. Um, what do you wish you knew before jumping into this swimming pool that is Canadian immigration? What did you wish? One thing that you wish you knew before?
One thing I wish I knew before. That would take so long. The
Ah,
length of time
yeah,
that would take for like moving from temporary residence to permanent, the
yeah,
length. And I wish I knew that the feeling of anxiety will come along the way. Because
yeah.
it's like, okay, it's gonna come, okay. And then after you're waiting so long, the waiting period, you're just waiting, waiting, waiting. You're wondering if you're going to get
Mm-hmm.
nominated somewhere to get permanent residence. Or
Mm-hmm.
that feeling, I don't like it.
Yes, the dreadful
I,
wait is what I call it.
the wait, man, yeah. Getting into immigration part, yeah. But overall, the overall experience of immigrating to Canada, it's a beautiful one. Even though it
Mm-hmm.
was rocky at first, in the end it worked out. When you look back, you're like, oh man, I've been through that. But look at us now. Look at us where
Look
we
at me
are,
now.
and look where we can exactly where you can look at where I'm going. So
Yeah,
it's a beautiful experience.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And well, I think you already said that you see MJ Squared growing going globally. But what what would you recommend for moms that may be in your situation, either already in Canada or they're thinking about coming to
Mhm.
Canada? What's the biggest, I don't know, thing or the one lesson that they need that they may need to hear in this moment to either carry on or to do something? I don't know. I feel like it's a tricky
It's
spot
a tricky thing
situation because
because
people need encouragement. People need community. They need so many things. But
the
what?
first thing I would say is that you are not alone. There are many of us out there is going through the same experience that like you're going through. The feeling of being isolated is one of the biggest thing, and I do understand. And when I'm gonna say it again, you are not alone.
Mm-hmm,
We do understand that um you want you want to be like understood by your friends and your family and let them understand what you're going through, but they won't get it. And even though you might tell them what you're going through and they want to be there for you, sometimes you would just have to let them be there for you. Because as parents, it's a tricky thing. We want it, but we don't want it
we
at the
don't want
same
it.
time. Yeah. Sometimes it's like you're in a phase of like, okay, let me just be. And
Yeah.
then after you just want persons to be there for you. So it's a tricky. situation. Um, Sometimes you just have to let your friends or your family know that, you know what, I need help.
Mm-hmm.
I need help. I can't do this. I just point them in the direction of what you want help with. Is it basically taking my child for a few hours, let me, decompress, just let me have some self-care, let me be by myself just a few hours.
Yeah.
Talk to your friends. It's hard, as I said, it's a push and pull where you want to be by yourself, but you want to help. But yeah, sometimes you just have to reach out.
Yeah.
It's hard, but it just reach out, just talk. Try your best to talk. And you are not alone. I honestly can say that you are not alone. And we are out here and we do understand. There are families, there are people out here that understand. And we are working. MJ Square is working slowly but surely, and we're gonna get to you.
Yes.
We are coming.
Yes.
We are
And I'm so
coming.
happy that you guys started that and shared that. And the question came perfectly because I was too, I'm trying to get a full idea of what MJ Square is, and you answered it so perfectly. I want to, before we land the plane here, is okay, yes, um, you have a neurodivergent child, but you are also a mom, just a mom, who decided to go back to school as a mom in this foreign country too. So Demar went to school
Mhm.
first and then you were in school. What was that life
Yeah.
like as a student, mom, wife? And did
Wow.
you also work? No.
I worked. Yes, I worked. At that time I worked. Yeah. The greatest thing was the school. I didn't do it in person. I had to do it online
Oh,
because
perfect. Okay.
it was conflicting with hours of going to work. So I ended up doing it online. So that worked
Okay.
out there.
Yes.
So a typical day, if I can remember, getting up in the morning, getting my kiddo ready for school, going to work from eight to 3:30 because I had to cut my hours. Um, Pick up my daughter, have class, online class for a few hours, then try to be a wife after. It was like that. It was like
I'm
trying to
juggling.
juggle that for
Yeah.
like a year because I did a 1 year program. To do that for a year, it was stressful.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard at first because
Plus, they give you
my
homework
kiddo.
and all these things.
Oh my God.
Exam.
Some exam. I'm like, oh my God, man, give me a break. But yeah, it had to be back and forth. And my kiddo need extra attention. And the thing is, she doesn't sleep throughout the night.
Ah.
So that means I don't sleep throughout the night. So
Mm,
I'm exhausted most of the time.
mm-hmm.
So I had to get over the challenges of not getting enough sleep, performing at work in the morning, doing schoolwork, going home being a wife. So it was challenging.
Yeah. Plus, then you have to worry about this immigration cloud
Yeah,
over your head.
I was permanent. I'm still permanent. So
Oh,
I
you were
at
permanent
that
when
time
you
I
went to
was,
school.
yes, it wasn't a temporary.
Okay.
No,
One less
I
problem.
don't have I don't have so much money.
Oh, yeah. Right. International student, bear
Yeah,
things.
no, I don't have so much money.
Perfect. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. That's good. Well, c'est la vie, right? Looking back
Yes,
now, has it been worth it?
it is worth it. Everything that we have been through, it is worth it. I just wish that I made this decision a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only regret. That's the only thing. I wish I had done this a long time ago.
Yeah.
No regrets.
When Natasha said, "You are not alone," it reminded me of another mom who reached out to share her story. She moved from Jamaica to Canada and is raising two boys with special needs. And she also wanted a better future for her children here in Canada. We're going to honor her story anonymously because her experience also adds another layer to this conversation.
I moved from Jamaica to Canada with my husband and two children, carrying both hope and uncertainty. But at the heart of it, I was a mom wanting a better future for my family, especially my two autistic boys. I made the move seeking more opportunities, support, and resources that could help my children thrive. What I didn't fully expect was how lonely and heavy starting over could feel. Raising children, navigating autism support, adjusting to a new country, and trying to stay strong all at once. I had to learn so much in real time. And then I realized how much I depended on my village back home. My children also experienced a transition in their own ways, especially with the changes in routine and the environment. Looking back, I see they were carrying the weight of the move too, even though they couldn't fully express it. The journey has come with trade offs, have gained more support for my children, but it has cost me closeness with my loved ones and the comfort of me home. As a family, we've had to make many sacrifices to make it work. My husband works days, I work overnights, so I can be available during the day for therapy sessions, doctor appointments, and the many services that my children need. Also, while avoiding the high cost of childcare, especially for my children who have special needs. That shift life has been one of our biggest trade offs. It's functional but exhausting. In many ways, I've had to put parts of my own career on hold and focus more on a job that helps to support our family financially and sustain our immigration journey, rather than pursuing what I've envisioned for myself professionally. Without the support system I left behind, there isn't much room for rest or social life. Honestly, it's minimal to non existent, and most times I'd rather use any free time to sleep anyway because I'm sleep deprived. What I understand now is that migration isn't just one big decision, it's a continual process of rebuilding. If I could tell another mom facing a choice similar, I would say give yourself grace. Moving for your children can be both brave and heartbreaking. And if I had to sum up my experience in one sentence, it would be this. My journey has taught me that pursuing a better future often comes with invisible sacrifices, but also profound resilience.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, you have been an amazing guest. Thank you for joining the Mom Conversation. Stay tuned for more episodes and more conversations like this. Natasha Anderson, you will see all of her socials pop up on screen and linked in the comment section below. Follow along with the work that MJ Squared is doing, because I'm sure at some point there'll be like a Facebook group or something
There's a
of the
group.
sort that parents can come together and talk about the things that we have in common, not just as parents, but as parents of neurodivergent children. You can continue watching the whole Momversation series right here to tune into honest conversations about motherhood and that whole layer of immigration that makes motherhood so much more identity, immigration, and starting over here in Canada.